Welcome into DCTV's coverage of UMass Dartmouth field hockey here at Corsairathletics.com. John Cabral here, and I'm joined by Lynn Frost, the head coach of the field hockey team at UMass Dartmouth. And Coach, good to get you in studio. I think this is the first trip to the studio for the field hockey program. So let me brag about you guys for a few minutes. You've had a tremendous amount of success over the last several years, won a couple of Little East Conference titles, and are looking to get back to that level here in 2016. But for those that don't know the program that well, you really have been the pride of the department here for a while now, because you've been able to succeed year in and year out with different groups of players. You know, you taking over as head coach just a couple of years ago. What are the things, you obviously need tremendous talent for the players that you have, but what are some of those bigger things you've been able to put in culturally that's allowed your team to get after it year after year?
Be successful. I think just, you know, like you said, bringing in the talent and just creating a group of girls that works together, you know, working with what we have and just creating the most successful group that we can to work with what we have to be successful.
So you've made a couple of trips to the NCAA tournament over the years, looking to get back there this year. And one thing that you do that I noticed right away is that you do schedule the best, not only within your own league, which is strong, but you go and you look for the best competition you can find out of league. So you're seeing some of that right out of the gate here at the beginning of the year. Tell me a little bit about these first opponents that you've got and what you're looking to accomplish against them.
So we had a little bit of a rocky start this season, but like you said, I do like to have those stronger teams out of conference. That way, when we do make it to the NCAAs, we're just not making to that first, that first game. I want to be able to get this this team to reach further than that. You know, let's get to the next level, So I feel like playing those harder teams, it's what's going to help us. That way we can understand, playing against them, how they play. That way we can get that same culture, that they do, the ones that are the top, top 20 teams, and get to that.
You did have a strong year a year ago, but the one Achilles heel for the team was they weren't very deep. You played almost the same lineup every single game for most of the whole year. But the flip side of that that's good for you this year is you've got most of those impact players back. Taking a look at your roster, you've got Caitlin Morrissey back, and Aaron Kish and Hunter Carden. Those are players you counted on a year ago. How much does that extra experience they got last year help them in 2016?
It makes a very big difference. Even though we do have a lot of returners, we did lose a lot of, Emily, we lost a lot of strong players last year, but having those girls, especially Erin, Hunter, Caitlin, having that knowledge already, they know what to expect and where we want to be. So they set the standard for all the new girls, because we do have a pretty young team. I have freshmen starting right now, and so having them have that knowledge, they know where we need to be and are able to push everybody else and help them show how we want to be.
Right, take a glimpse into Little East Conference play. For people that might not be familiar, you say Little East and most people think of the basketball schools in essence. Because in the fall, everybody's got women's soccer, everybody's got volleyball, but not everybody has field hockey. A lot of schools don't. So you've got this mega conference that's built out of the Little East as we kind of commonly understand that, but then a bunch of MassCAC schools are in there as well. So it's a 12-team league, and there's some real pressure on you. It's not just, okay, get to the tournament and see how we do. You've got to make that tournament year in, year out. It's the toughest one to make.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like you said, there are a lot of schools that are into it. So, for me, it's always definitely making it into the playoffs, but I like to finish at the top. Finish as one of those top three, which usually we have. In all the past years, we pretty much have. So for us, that's how I set our standard, is finishing at the top in our conference, because there are so many different teams. And, starting tomorrow, we have our first conference game tomorrow, so that's where it'll all start.
And the one that always seems to be there at the end is Keene State. One way or another, if you want to get where you're going to go, you've got to go through them at one point or another. So what are the things that have made that program successful over the years, and what are the things that you try to mimic as you try to get a team together that can beat them? I
think we have the same mentality. Keene is able to play on AstroTurf, which is a big, advantage for them.
And that's different from the turf you play on.
Different from the turf that we play in. So the AstroTurf is 10 times faster than it is on regular field turf.
The old-fashioned carpet on cement.
So I find that for them, it's a little bit easier to, really advance their skill, definitely, on the AstroTurf. Than it is for us. So it's almost a disadvantage. We will be going to Keene this year. So for us to play, but I'll try to get some practices on some Astro before we go there. But I think they, go about things the same way that we do. And it's always just kind of been a battle, and whoever ends up on top, it's always, ready to be the repeat for next year. And us, Keene and Plymouth, are always just right there, just battling each other, trying to come out on top.
It seems like the recruiting that you've done and that Nikki did before you were head coach, you've really tapped into the resources that the university has, particularly for female athletes, and that there are a lot of programs available and a lot of ways you can get a high-performing student to succeed athletically as well. So it seems like every coach in every sport here is trying to tap into what you've been doing.
Yes.
How have you been able to make it so presentable and so attractive to recruits?
I think just trying to present myself and, how enthusiastic I am about the sport and about the team. I think for me, I know when I was a player, that's always what I looked for in a coach, was somebody who's very enthusiastic. And just having the success of the team already makes it a little bit easier for us. But I think just showing, how you want to be, how successful you want the team to be, and showing that to the recruits. And like you said, just reaching out, my past assistant coach did a lot of work with reaching out to local places and everything like that and doing all the recruiting. So,
and then something we always try to do in these previews is try to build the crowds a little bit for you when the years get going, because we get crowds for football and for basketball and hockey, but you've had a lot of success over the years, and I think people kind of get scared of field hockey a little bit. They don't know the rules. They don't understand all the whistles. So it's kind of an acquired taste. But those of us that know, field hockey is actually a lot of fun. So you explain to people why they should come and support you when you get on the field.
Like you said, I think it is. Some people I don't understand what's going on. But I think if you come and just sit and watch a game, you'll see how enjoyable it is. There are a lot of whistles, but I think you can come and watch a game and not really need to know what's going on, just to really enjoy it and see, and I just encourage everybody to come, sit, watch a game, and I think you would really enjoy watching it, definitely.
All right, well, thank you for the time, and good luck on the field this season.
Thank you.
Field hockey is fun, everyone. We're telling the truth. Good luck to the field hockey team, and we'll see them out on Cressy Field here in 2016.